a day before presidential election, apart from using their up north, pushing the Muslim jihad, if anybody vote for Christian, they go kill you. That kind of threat before election. In Yoruba land, as they were threatening the non-Yorubas, especially the Igbos, they were threatening the Yorubas too.
So, Maiyegun, this intimidation style of politics that Tinubu is revamping, is it innately tied to the Yoruba culture? Is it a Yoruba thing?
Baba, I grew up in Ijebu. I am a core, deep Ijebu man.
Wow. Tinubu and his fake Oro festival in Lagos. The same Oro festival he used to keep Igbos away from the polls in March, or was it February, March 2023. Now Nigeria is ready to explode into demonstrations across the land, coast to coast. And in the place he has his most control, Lagos again, Baba Tinubu and Sanwo-Olu and Bayo Onanuga and Dele Alake, àti gbogbo wọn, they are bringing out a fake Oro festival, diluting Yoruba culture, putting righteous Yorubas to shame. But before I do delve into the Oro thing, let me sing a little song that puts me in an Oro mood, but it's not an Oro song, but it's just one of those spooky songs that you hear. It goes like this. Aramada kabo sedada ladeo obakpade ajelono ajetiku. Nigeria, how did we get this low? When I talk, people tell me to tone it down. When I talk about Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his absolute lack of class, style, intelligence, when I say people get upset at me, oh, you don't like Tinubu. Some are even stupid enough to say that I don't like Yorubas because I talk about Tinubu. Does Tinubu really represent Yoruba values? And for the Yorubas who defend him, is Yoruba value drug dealing? No, not the Yorubas, I know. Is Yoruba values thuggery? No, not the Yorubas, I know. Is Yoruba values election stealing? Well, not the Yorubas, I know. Is Yoruba values obstruction of justice? No, not the Yorubas, I know. Well, it comes a time when I really expect that more of the Yorubas I know, who I believe are righteous, good Yoruba people, I'd like to see some of them stand up in front of a place where a discussion about Nigeria is going on and call a spade a spade. By that I mean, if what Tinubu is doing is beautiful to you, defend it. You have the right to defend it. There's nothing wrong with that. But if what Tinubu is doing is wrong in your opinion, and in the closet you talk about how wrong it is, and in public you don't say it's right, but you say mom, you stay mum, you stay mute, you say nothing. You're not helping yourself. You're not helping Yorubas. You are not helping the Yorubas that are gone, whose honor and work they did brought the honor that Yoruba has today. Tinubu is tarnishing what it takes to be a great Yoruba person. Tinubu is tarnishing what it takes for Yoruba people, for a Yoruba person to take pride in feeling affiliation to Papa Wolowo, feeling affiliation to Papa Adebanjo, feeling affiliation to Funmilayo Kuti, feeling affiliation to Fela Ransom Kuti, Anikulapo Kuti, feeling affiliation to Taisho Lari, feeling affiliation to Herbert Macaulay, feeling affiliation to Jakonde, to Bola Ige, to the people who did the things that make non-Yorubas admire Yorubaness. Stand up and be counted. What Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing today in Lagos, in cahoot with Sanwo-Olu and Bayo Onanuga and Dele Alake, the news distortion wing of his operation, it's gonna come to haunt Yorubas, including the ones who were against it but said nothing. And when he's done with whoever he thinks is obstructing him in Lagos today, he's still gonna come against you, the ones who are righteous and stand up for the righteous. But you refuse to talk when it counts the most. Oro Festival, in the little I know about it, is a sacred Yoruba tradition. For the election expediency last year, Sanwo-Olu and Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the thug MC Oluomo and everybody who worked with them, they desecrated Yoruba culture. And for this march coming up, not to chase Tinubu out of office, people are no longer talking about chasing him out of office, but to prick his conscience to do things right for Nigeria and Nigeria's image, to steer the country back in the right direction, to get rid of all these clowns and crooks he surrounds himself with, and bring in people who can give him the right advice. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not the first Nigerian to rig an election. Many who oppose him in the National Assembly rigged elections. The issue is not whether Bola Ahmed Tinubu rigged elections. The issue is that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, unlike many Nigerians who have rigged elections in the past, Bola Ahmed Tinubu rigged an election, came into office, and instead of looking for the best Nigerians to work with him, he goes out recruiting the worst crooks in Nigeria, in all 36 states. Not Yoruba crooks, not Fulani crooks, Nigerian crooks, Anambra crooks, Enugu crooks, Abia crooks, Edo crooks, Lagos crooks, Oyo crooks, Kaduna crooks, Kano crooks, Benue crooks, Plateau crooks, crooks across Nigeria. How can I forget the Akwa Ibom crook, the River State crook? Those two states are mentioned. You know who the crooks are. That's the problem. Enough is enough. Bole ya ko ya. Bole dogun ko dogun. It's time to stop Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The crooks and thieves around him are not going to stop him. He's not going to stop himself. The only way he knows is crooked. Okay, now, Maiyegun, help me out. Because you're a Yoruba person, better coming from you. Tell Nigerians about Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his bigotry. Because if I say it, oh, he's an Igbo man, he doesn't like Yoruba people. Let's hear it from a Yoruba man.
The bigotry that is hitting Nigeria right now is amplified, weaponized by Tinubu and the people around him. A day before presidential election, apart from using their up north, pushing the Muslim jihad, if anybody vote for Christian, they go kill you. That kind of threat before election. In Yoruba land, as they were threatening the non-Yorubas, especially the Igbos, they were threatening the Yorubas too.
So, Maiyegun, this intimidation style of politics that Tinubu is revamping, is it innately tied to the Yoruba culture? Is it a Yoruba thing?
Baba, I grew up in Ijebu. I am a core, deep Ijebu man. No joke. Half of my life, at least if we have to balance it up now, was lived inside Ijebu. So I participated in our culture, in our tradition, in our religion, with pride. Do you understand? With pride. Because there were rules. Our tradition shouldn't have anything to do with politics. Just like you know that your religion shouldn't have anything to do. But they've weaponized all of that.
But Maiyegun, this Oro nonsense happened last year during the election. So what is it about this Oro thing? Is it a Yoruba thing to use it, weaponize it against people you don't like, or is it a Lagos thing?
It was in that same Lagos that they decided to go and bring out Oro. And guess what? They said, if you are not going to vote for APC, don't come out. These guys, they slaughtered a goat in the open, spilled the blood, and they were cursing those who are not going to vote for Tinubu. In a broad daylight, useless yeye men and women, poverty-stricken lunatics, they dressed in white, they carried out Oro in broad daylight.
But I hate to say, they are dragging Yoruba culture in the mud. They are dragging Yoruba pride in the mud. I'm saying it to you because I know you understand. Some Yorubas will get upset because in Nigeria, if you are not Yoruba, you shouldn't criticize Yoruba nonsense. If you are not Igbo, you shouldn't criticize Igbo nonsense. But I will. And I know you will, Maiyegun. I know you will.
The country is burning. People are dying. Yorubas are crying. But because of Tinubu, you will drag the Yoruba tradition into this. You've dragged it, oh. There's nothing anybody can do anymore. It's already dragged.
Maiyegun, what kind of Yorubas will stoop this low and listen to Tinubu and Bayo Onanuga and Dele Alaki and Sanwo-Olu and whoever is helping them? What kind of Yorubas will listen to this nonsense?
Omo Ali, see, it's only bastards that will desecrate that will desecrate his own heritage just for politics. Odumelo, 4 years, 8 years. After that, Tinko.
I guess his followers think he's protecting Yoruba interest. What do you think?
Do you think so? Every now and then, you have no idea how they are moving your hand. And you are following it because they told you they are protecting Yoruba, this, Yoruba, that. But the same Yoruba people are trapped inside that same contraption. There is no chance that their life is going to be better. But as long as you have access, they have access to public fund and then keep you living the life of hatred, People we no offend you, we no do you anything. You have no idea that all of these are political, Abi, or you do know, but since it is satisfying your own bigotry.
Do the bigots in Lagos who are going along with this his Oro plan, do they really understand that nobody is trying to replace Tinubu? That all the people are trying to do is prick his conscience and make him start thinking in the interest of the people?
For now, nobody is asking Tinubu to go yet. This is just to make them responsible and ask them to cut costs, cut this, cut that, sack that, save fund and push them into the public use. How could anybody be against that? How could Lagos Oro be against that? Tí ó bá ṣe pé wọ́n ti ṣépè fún yín. Tí ó bá jẹ́ pé ayé yín ti ta, ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú ọmọ àlè dédé.
Maiyegun, your mama shake fún wọn, please. I beg, not they curse them, because then go say na Fred Nwankwo. You know, it's always me. But I know you won't stop, but I just wanted to go on record that I tried to stop you. Nobody is surprised at what Tinubu is doing. That's his lifestyle. But coming to Lagos, what kind of people in Lagos will go along with this tomfoolery that's become the pattern of choice for Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Bayo Onanuga and Sanwo-Olu and their thug MC Oluomo?
Omo Ali, see, it's only bastards that will desecrate that will desecrate his own heritage just for politics. Odumelo, 4 years, 8 years. After that, Tinko, do you think when Tinubu is dead and all these criminals, they no longer have the power because they told you they are protecting Yoruba, this, Yoruba, that, but the same Yoruba people are trapped inside that same contraption. There is no chance that their life is going to be better. But as long as you have access, they have access to public fund and then keep you living the life of hatred, people we no offend you, we no do you anything. You have no idea that all of these are political, Abi, or you do know, but since it is satisfying your own bigotry, Nikureo.
And on that note, we're going to end it here. And why did I end it on that note? Because it's easy for Nigerians, in this case, Igbos and Yorubas are always feuding. It's easy for Igbos to say Yoruba, 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 Yoruba. It's not Yorubas. It's Tinubu and his bigots. Tinubu and his bigots are a minority in Yoruba land. Tinubu happens to have deep pockets with which he could bribe people. But Tinubu is going to be dead one day. And Igbos and Yorubas have to live happily thereafter. Let's separate Tinubu's bigot and his cohorts, the Sanwo-Olus, the MC Oluomos, the Bayo Onanugas, and the Dele Alakes, and their distortion of let's separate it from the mainstream Yorubas. We have Igbo bigots too. Igbos are not immune from bigotry. Bigotry and tribalism exists all over Nigeria. Let's forget bigotry. Let's forget all that stuff. Let's find a way to see if we could keep these people mobilized against all odds to take it to Tinubu and his crooks on August 1st. If Lagos is an issue, give them Lagos. If the rest of the country come out and demonstrate, Lagos becomes irrelevant. Lagos shouldn't drive what happens in the rest of the country where people are starving. And let the starving fools in Lagos do their oro to satisfy their God, who doesn't even take care of them. The price of yam is the same for everybody. The price of petrol is the same for everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is Fred Wanko coming to you from our studios in Chicago with another edition of Bold Talk on Island TV. And until next time, good night and God bless.
Wenyo mazolo bio akwa nwa zoro bio Max ibia bunye go kwanu mo no fube nazo ulaga ni biazugo mma ulaga do ni biazugo akwa nwa wilochi o biko rapuzo kona bazia
Never be catching for I'm a Guamnica go here. Well, you work well he catch your mother. Hey, you want? A dog can never be catching for I'm a Guamnica go here. Well, you work well he catch your mother. Hey, you want? Eku kampune kene Omogo ndi nso Chukwu emekalumo ike Chukwu negaji Esi nwanne m ekene mi Ịlapụlụ ife niile na-eme wee bịa Nke gosili na anyị na gị bụ nwanne Wisdom ga-adị Ka nye gị maịkị ka ogobanya bụ egwu Isili maxi ọ bụ na-etiri egwu a Malụkwa malụ n'imego m ife ọjọọ wee sị gị nwanne m ife ọbụ na ịchọlụ na ngeme Wisdom onume ekene gị gbamanwe iyo biko lapụ na basị ya
Zoro Geduru joy na bugwa Hausa Sokoto Ujembe mwilo Anu solo nwe manofia nara Onye nwurozu